Oh my god. Oh my.
Number 7. Cemetery of Horrors. Now, if you think you've seen Scary, buckle up, because this is next level. Late one night, a trio of ghost hunters set out to find the Letchworth Village Cemetery. For those who don't know, Letchworth Village is an old, abandoned asylum in Stone Point, New York, and has been a breeding ground for paranormal activity for years. But these guys walked in like they were ready for anything, equipped with high-res cameras, a solid sound recorder, and flashlights bright enough to blind a ghost. This wasn't their first rodeo, but trust me, they weren't ready for what happened next. The moment they stepped inside, things got seriously creepy. Check this out.
I know, man, so this doesn't feel right.
Dude, did you hear that? Dude.
It's like footsteps.
Footsteps. There's one in front of us.
While they were still busy debating where the scurrying noises and footsteps were coming from, something even creepier slipped onto their camera. Look closely. A creepy ass shadow figure slips right in front of them. Catching that on camera is a pretty big deal. But honestly, it's not even the wildest part. Right after, one of them feels something brush up against his leg, and just like that, the dread in the air gets cranked up to a whole new level.
Okay, that's why something touched my leg, bro. Maybe. Big possibility. It's like probably one of those pieces, probably. Dude, but that thing was insane. Yo, I think this is gonna be one of those nights, bro. It was literally like a clear room. Right? Nothing, none of this stuff right here.
Okay. Oh, hell no. Yo. No. Mm-mm. No. No. That. No. That. No. No. These windows are blocked. There's no animals in here.
Out of nowhere, they hear something crashing and banging in the next room.
Oh, hell no.
Leaving them totally rattled. But when they checked, nothing. Not a single soul in sight. Letchworth Village's dark history and heavy sorrow have earned it a solid reputation as a hotspot for haunted activity, and this trio might have just snagged the footage to back it up. So, what do you think about those shadowy figures? Enough proof of the paranormal? And what's with all the disembodied footsteps and voices?
There's one in front of us.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 6. Evil in a classroom. One morning, while getting ready for his students to arrive, this science teacher had the scare of his life. He kept hearing this weird clicking noise in his classroom. At first, he brushed it off, figured it was nothing, but when the sound kept getting louder and more constant. He couldn't ignore it anymore. Grabbing his phone, he made his way to where the noise was coming from, and here's what he caught on camera.
It's in there. Come on out. Oh.
If you look closely, you can spot a shadow creeping in the corner of the class. It's tough to tell if it's a person or just a coat hanging up. Could it be one of his students pulling a fast one? Whatever it was, the shadow freaked him out so much that he bolted right out of the classroom. Do you think he got a visit from a ghost? Maybe the spirit of a mad scientist who's not done with experiments yet. Number 5. Ghost Children. One summer, renowned Brazilian paranormal investigator Uceles, famous for checking out haunted houses and helping freaked out families, got a call that was a little different. The caller, Marciano, reported a series of strange events that grabbed Uceles' attention. He agreed to visit the next day, and he kept his word, but little did he know he was about to face one of the freakiest experiences of his ghost hunting career. The next night, Uceles showed up at Marciano's house, ready to dig into all the spooky stuff from the moment he stepped through the door. The uneasy vibes hit him hard. Goose pimples spread across his skin, and things were about to get a whole lot weirder. He goes on to have a chat with Marciano's wife, Tati, who was the first to notice something strange about the house. She claims she started seeing 2 ghost kids wandering around the house a few months back, but when she told her husband, he brushed it off as her imagination, even when she swore she saw a little boy with long hair covering his face, just standing across from her in the living room. Marciano didn't buy it. Instead, he told her to go get medical help. Little did he know, those mysterious entities were about to make a special appearance just for him. One night, while crashing on the living room sofa, Marciano suddenly felt someone or something clamping down on his throat like it was trying to choke him. That was Marciano's official baptism into the paranormal world. Now that he was a believer, the entities seemed to turn things up a notch. The spooky activities around the house doubled. Objects, appliances, and even furniture started falling like they were shoved by some unseen force. Things got even creepier when the family came home one day to find tiny footprints in their bathroom, and they didn't match anyone in the house. When they couldn't handle the SPOOKFEST their home had turned into, they called in Uceles for help. But to really understand what's going on in this haunted house, we gotta dive into its backstory. The house was built about 2 decades ago, standing on the very land where Marciano's childhood home once stood, before it got torn down. But it wasn't just the house. This place was built on some seriously sad history. Marciano's mother had 2 miscarriages and later died under mysterious circumstances. She was even buried on the same land. ready to help the family get rid of these cooked paranormal vibes. Our paranormal hunter performed a simple exorcism ritual, but that was just the warm-up. Watch what went down that night. It was next level.
Fecha os olhos de vocês, se concentram. Espírito, através dessa união, eu pergunto o porquê da vossa permanência aqui neste lugar. Faça algo para que eu entenda. Interaja neste momento. Espírito, está me ouvindo aqui? Já tocou em mim?
Ai, meu Deus.
Calma. Permanece. Segura só. Solta não, segura, mantém. Deus. Que isso? Arabacai. Eu sei que vós estáis aqui. Apareça aqui, espírito. Nossa, opa, calma, vocês ficam aí. Calma. Apareça aqui, espírito. Nossa, opa, calma, vocês ficam aí. Calma. Quem é que está aqui? Olha meu braço aqui, pessoal. Olha isso que tá enrugando. Calma, segura a mão, segura vocês aí. Pessoal, cara, tá estralando. Isso, cara do céu. Minha nossa. Que isso? É espetacular o que tá acontecendo ali. Ficam vocês sentados. Meu joelho tá doendo bastante aqui agora. A energia aqui neste lugar é impressionante. Escuta. Tem algo pra lá. Vocês ficam aqui e ela vem comigo. Pessoal, as câmeras estão gravando. Tem câmera gravando lá. Tem câmera lá. Ali, eu espero ter pego o que houve aqui neste lugar. Não estou vendo nada fora, a não ser a própria porta que acabou abrindo aqui. Me mostra onde eles foram enterrados. Aqui foi aonde eles foram enterrados. Dá uma olhada nisso, pessoal.
Ai, senhor.
O que foi? O que aconteceu? Fala pra mim, o que aconteceu aqui? A bola tava lá em cima, ela desceu?
Olha.
Cara do céu, pessoal, é impressionante, não é?
Whatever he did during that ritual definitely made things worse. The spirits were not ready to leave. The oven smacked itself up to oblivion. The sliding doors moved by themselves. Loud banging echoed through the house. And the pram turbocharging. Not to mention the candles flickering like something straight out of a Mario Bava movie. What do you think? Were these just restless spirits messing with the shells and doors? Could this be a real ghost sighting? And what's up with the candles? Is this place actually haunted or what? Let us know what you think. Number 4. Burnt House. Welcome to the Burnt House, an old, abandoned building in a quaint little Spanish town. But don't let the charm fool you. This place is so cursed, even time doesn't want to mess with it. It's been left there to rot since 1985. after someone tragically took their last breath inside and a mysterious fire tore through the place. Now, it just stands there, alone, hollow, and haunted. The locals say evil straight up lives here, feeding off fear. Rumor has it, if you listen closely, you can still hear the voices coming from the walls. Ghosts, demons, something else, who knows? Some say the fire finally unleashed whatever was trapped inside. Others think it's still there, biding its time, waiting for someone foolish enough to step in. Safe to say, the locals steer clear. But this group of bold paranormal investigators, they decided to put those beliefs to the test. From the moment they step near it, something feels off. The temperature drops, the smell of burnt wood lingers in the air, and with it, something else, eerie voices like a child's scream.
Se ha ido desmoronando. Yo me imagino que el tener una propiedad así se acaba muy fácilmente por la sal. ¿Oíste eso? Fue como un grito de niño.
Whispers so faint, it's like the walls themselves are talking. All of that sounds spooky enough, but what happens next? Way worse. Watch what one of their cameras picked up.
¿Algún ave? Ok, pero eso vino de este lado. ¿Se oyó claro? Madres. ¿Fuiste tú ahorita que pisaste? Sí. ¿O no? Sí. ¿Sí? Se oyó muy hueco, Cuidado, sí, retumbó todo. No se nos vaya a caer encima parte de esta propiedad, porque sí se ve que está muy dañada. Mira, ven. Ven a ver esto.
Cuidado. ¿Estás bien?
Sí. Casi me estrella en la cara, güey. ¿Lo viste?
Sí.
Su madre. Uf. ¿Hay muchos? ¿Qué pasó, güey? ¿Qué pasó? Ay, güey, a mí se me hizo ver a alguien acá. ¿Allá? ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde? ¿No habrá sido una sombra? ¿No habrá sido algún árbol? ¿Alguna rama? ¿Lo habrá trabado o no? ¿Sí? Ok, habrá que revisar ese material, porque me da la impresión de que estas ramas tan altas a veces confunden y hacen parecer que hay alguien, pero en realidad como un laberinto, ¿no? Wow. Hay un buen de murciélagos saliendo también de aquí. Y hay más escaleras que van hacia abajo, Cuidado. Mucho murciélago. ¿Todo bien? ¿Qué hay allá? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien? ¿Qué hay allá?
Bats had them jumping left and right, but they didn't even notice the real reason to freak out at the time.
Hay un buen de murciélagos saliendo también de aquí.
Their cameras captured ghostly figures not once, but twice.
¿Todo bien? ¿Qué hay allá?
At one point, they thought it was just the shrubs, but when we put the ghostly figures side by side with the part where they checked out the shrubs, it's clear that it looks more like a person, way taller than the plants. What do you think? Could that have been a legit ghost? Maybe the spirit of the guy who died there all those years ago? And those whispers?
Se acaba muy fácilmente por la sal. ¿Oíste eso? Mira.
What do you think was behind them? A phantom? or just the wind creeping through the old house. Number 3. Little Mermaid. There's always been something strange about this quiet coastal town in Israel. The locals, they've got wild stories about creatures lurking beneath the waves, mermaids, half human, half fish. Some swear they've seen them with their own eyes, while most people shrug them off as old sailor yarns. These two tourists weren't so sure. They set out to see for themselves because what if those stories are more than just tall tales? The thrill was real. That is, until they caught this on camera. Take a look.
Yeah, man, this is cool. Got a seal on the rock down there? That thing. Yeah. That's a weird looking seal, man. Are you filming this? Yeah. How do you, where's the zoom on this? Yeah, it's that button. Oh, there, I got it. I don't think it's a seal, man. Oh my God! What is that? Did you just tell me you got that? What see that? What? That is not a seal.
When the camera locks in on the mystery figure, it turns ever so slightly, almost like it knows it's being watched. This sparks a heated debate between the two guys. One swears it's a mermaid, the other insists it's just a seal. Then, with a sudden graceful move, it dives into the water, vanishing beneath the surface. What do you think? Was that really a mermaid? Or something else entirely? A weird fish? An optical illusion? Maybe just a trick of the mind? Or could it be something we're just not meant to understand? Either way, this one's definitely going in the unsolved mystery file. Number 2. Haunted Dolls. Today, we've got something extra creepy. A compilation within a compilation. That's right, a bunch of videos showing dolls doing all sorts of paranormal stuff. So, if you think your doll collection is all innocent and cute, think again. Or maybe just don't. But seriously, what is it about dolls that makes them so terrifying? Why do people believe they can be haunted? It all started centuries ago, long before Chucky and Annabelle hit the big screen. Dolls were originally made as innocent children's toys, but somewhere along the way, certain cultures started believing these dolls could actually house spirits, both good and evil. Take for example, Robert the Doll, who is said to be the inspiration behind Chucky. This seemingly innocent doll is believed to be cursed, bringing misfortune to anyone who disrespects it. Then there's Annabelle, now safely, we hope, locked away in a glass case by the Warrens. But let's take a breath, regroup and watch this compilation of hell spawns.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Oh my fucking God, I swear to God, this thing just fucking looked at me. Oh my fucking.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my.
Salta, pequeño. Salta, pequeño. Vamos. Vamos para allá. Te gusta caminar arriba de los troncos, ¿verdad? Bueno.
Entonces Alexa se escucha que se está riendo Sol. Alexa, ¿de qué te estás riendo?
El muñeco me contó un chiste buenísimo.
¿Qué estás diciendo?
Do you think haunted dolls are the real deal? Or are they just creepy stories made to freak out little kids? Haunted or not, there's something undeniably eerie about those lifeless eyes, always watching, never blinking. And hey, if your doll starts acting weird, maybe it's time to toss them, or better yet, just pack up and move. Number 1. Resident Evil. When this loyal family moved into their new home, they thought they were living the dream, until they realised they stepped straight into a nightmare. At first, it all seemed fine, but then the house started showing its true colours. It began innocently enough, furniture shifting slightly, doors opening by themselves, and shelves acting like they had a mind of their own. Imagine waking up and finding your favourite chair scooted a few inches closer to the TV, like it's trying to catch up on your favourite show. But those little quirks soon turned into something much darker. One day, the house went dead silent. Then came a loud noise, like the kitchen window being scraped open. The wife, feeling that something was seriously off, because, let's be real, it's never a good sign when your house starts pulling its stunts on its own, knew they had to check it out. Smartly, they brought the phone camera along. Here's what they caught on tape.
Recording, babe. What was it you saw?
I don't know, I saw something in the kitchen move. I don't know what it was, but it just seemed strange.
Yeah, but it's probably just the window's open. I thought I saw something the other night, and there's just that cross breeze from the window and the balcony.
Keep the camera open because I swear I saw.
Oh my god!
Oh, here, give me the camera. Oh my god, what the? Oh god.
Please, we just get out.
No! Let's get out of here.
Determined to get to the bottom of this chaos, they set up a camera in the spot where the weirdest stuff kept happening. For hours, nothing. The family probably started thinking, maybe the house isn't so bad after all. But just when they thought it was safe to go back to normal life, the phenomenon decided it was time for the spotlight. Watch what went down. The freaking suitcase didn't just open, it flung itself open and shut like an extra hungry Pac-Man. Whatever's going on here, one thing's for sure. Suitcases aren't supposed to move on their own like this. Or are they?